We reported on another big change with our shopping malls last week. Dillard's is leaving the Southern Park Mall, and the building's being bought by what we thought was a competitor.
So what is the future of our malls? First News anchor Stan Boney recently went to all of them to talk about and look at the status and their future. He joins us live in the studio with what he found out.
Well, on Friday, February 8th, I went from Southern Park to Eastwood to the Shenango Valley malls, all three in one day. Now, granted, this was before last week's announcement that Dillard's was closing at Southern Park and the Cafaro Company was buying the Dillard's building. At Southern Park and Eastwood, I found optimism, while at Shenango Valley, the attitude was more of rebuilding and long-term. It's mid-morning on a cold, windy Friday at Boardman Southern Park Mall. As people move through the food court entrance and children play on kiddie rides, I walk through the mall with General Manager Brian Gabbert.
This is a Tier 1 property for us, and they are completely 100% committed.
They are the people of the Columbus-based Washington Prime Group, which has owned Southern Park for 5 years and owns 110 malls and plazas altogether.
Back years ago, we just had a mall and people came in and shopped. Now we're looking at every inch of our property. What can we do in the parking lot that's exciting, that's going to bring people to the property, that's going to give them entertainment? Inside
Southern Park, next to Chick-fil-A, is a store under construction, which could be the new Forever 21, which in a statement last week, Washington Prime announced would be a new tenant. The Art Cafe Painting Studio will also open March 1st, and Gabbert says a new Champs sporting goods store is being built and should be open in a couple of months.
Obviously, the Sears store has closed.
At the opposite end of Southern Park are the blackened doors of the vacant Sears store, the outline of its sign still visible on the exterior wall. Plans are being formulated to deal with it.
And that could be anything from using the store that's there to actually tearing it down and putting other stores in place on the outside, and then redeveloping the portion of the lot beyond that as well.
Eastwood Mall is doing pretty well.
Joe Bell speaks for the Cafaro Company, owners of the Eastwood Mall in Niles, which also has a vacant Sears store. He expects many of them to be subdivided.
You'll see it's subdivided for stores that require a smaller footprint.
But while Southern Park will soon have 2 vacancies left by large anchor stores, Eastwood Mall has only the Sears site.
Every time people see a store close, it seems that there are 2 more that open, and we've had a lot of track record with that. And that's not just by happenstance, that's by design. We're looking at things all the time to change the evolution of this mall.
The Shenango Valley Mall is a whole different story in itself. It has a lot of vacancies, but it also has a new owner with a rich history in Mercer County and a commitment to redevelop the mall. I'll focus on the Shenango Valley Mall during First News at 6. Live in the studio, Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News.